The Harivamśa Purana, Chapter 3, The Council of Narada. Narada, a sage who resided in the heavenly realm of Vaikuntha, made a chance visit to the kingdom of Mathura. Kamsa greeted and welcomed him with great respect. He was, after all, a sage born from the mind of Brahma, the creator god himself. Kamsa ordered the most exotic fruit and vegetables to be brought to him, and the best of lutes to be gifted to him. Narada was pleased with Kamsa's dedicated service and devotion to him. Dear Kamsa, king of Mathura, I am pleased with your service to me. But tell me, I can, with my intuitive intellect, deduce that something is troubling you, said the sage Narada. Alas, Narada, a great ethereal voice from the heavens prophesied that I will be slaughtered by the 8th child born to my dear sister. I am consumed with this thought, and this thought alone. I keep seeing death in my dreams and in my nightmares. My mind is always drawing up images of my doom, sighed Kamsa. Narada consoled him and said, Remember, dear Kamsa, all creatures meet death at one point in time. But Kamsa was inconsolable. I love life, O great sage. I do not want to face death, said the king of Mathura. Dear Kamsa, you have committed horrible crimes, killed innocent civilians. Did you think that there would be no consequences? Asked Narada. I did what I did to rule this land, justified Kamsa. Your father and his forefathers also ruled this land, but none wreaked as much cruelty as you, chastised the sage Narada. As I am pleased, I will grant you this boon. You have spared the firstborn child of Devaki and Vasudeva. Now, what do you think will happen when the 8th child is born to Devaki? Do you really think that the first child will side with you or with his own sibling? Do you know this, that all celestial beings who reside in the realm of Vaikuntha have taken birth to see the magnificent Mahavishnu and sport with him? I know this because I am coming from the realm of Vaikuntha itself. Because you have pleased me greatly, I will give you this warning. Your enemy is none other than the great god Mahavishnu. He is the 8th child born to Devaki and Vasudeva. Think, O king of Mathura, was it truly wise to spare the firstborn? What if he too is a celestial being born to assist the mighty Mahavishnu? Or worse, what if he is the 8th child? Celestials do not count chronologically, said the sage Narada. Kamsa was horror-struck. The thought never even occurred to him. How could I have been so stupid? Of course the firstborn child will help his younger brother. But what if he is the 8th child? What if Mahavishnu was already born and he foolishly gave it back to Vasudeva, thought Kamsa. He nearly swooned in fear and fell at the feet of the sage Narada. O kind sage, you made me see the error of my ways. Truly I am indebted to you, said Kamsa. Narada smiled and disappeared from the realm of planet Earth, for his job was done, and he went back to the magical realm of Vaikuntha. Kamsa fled to the house of Vasudeva and grabbed the firstborn without even speaking with Devaki or Vasudeva. He ran outside and dashed its tiny little head against a large boulder, killing it instantly. Devaki fainted in disbelief, and Vasudeva shrieked in horror as he held up his wife. Why, Why? He asked Kamsa, and Kamsa ignored him. He then left for his fortress. As soon as the sage Narada reached the heavenly region of Vaikuntha, Mahalakshmi, the consort of the god Mahavishnu, was fuming in anger. Why? Why, Narada? Why did you make the sinner commit more sin? What is the cause for this atrocity? She asked as she gently pressed the feet of the great god Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu was lying on Shesha with one arm behind his head and his eyes slightly closed. He was in deep thought on how to incarnate and complete the purpose of his birth. Forgive me, dear Mahalakshmi. I never instructed nor made Kamsa to kill the infant. I merely asked him to think, interjected the sage. Think? The brute Kamsa is full of ignorance, cruelty, and, said Mahalakshmi, and committing more sin. Killing a helpless baby is the height of all cruelty, isn't it, O goddess? Asked Narada. Let me also tell you a secret, dear consort of Mahavishnu. The 6 children born to Devaki are demonic entities called the Saragarbhas. They were cursed to be born in the world of men to die instantly, and should they live, they will join the forces of evil and wreak great havoc on an already diseased planet, said the sage Narada. Which is why I commanded Narada to encourage the evil-minded Kamsa to act in the way he did, said the great god Mahavishnu, much to the sage and Mahalakshmi's surprise. None of them thought Lord Vishnu was listening on their conversation. The goddess of wealth and prosperity bowed her head and nodded to the god resting on Adishesha. As time went by, Devaki gave birth to another child, and this child, too, was killed in the same brutal way as its older sibling, and another, and another. After 4 such children were mercilessly murdered by the cruel king of Mathura, Vasudeva decided too much was too much. I cannot bear the pain of losing my children to this horrid Kamsa. Oh dearest Devaki, I simply cannot. The cruel Kamsa will kill all our progeny, and the pain of seeing my child die is unbearable to me, cried Vasudeva, while Devaki simply wept. I resolve that we will no longer be intimate. If we no longer have any affection, you will not bear any more children. I will take celibacy, O beautiful one, and restrain my senses, said the wise Vasudeva. Devaki bowed low. Yes, my lord, what you say is the best of actions. We will not be the cause for more death and cruelty. And so saying, Vasudeva and Devaki abstained from any intimacy. Time passed on, and the gods and celestials became worried. Vasudeva was a master of the senses. He controlled all his desires completely. The sage Narada approached Mahavishnu and said, O great lord of all beings, the sagacious Vasudeva has completely controlled his senses and is refusing to have any intimacy with his wife. Mahavishnu smiled. Do you see, my dearest? Mahavishnu asked his consort. Can you see the dedication that Vasudeva has to pacifism? He has completely controlled his senses. What a great being, appreciated the mighty god of all creatures. My lord, interjected Narada, while his greatness is truly admirable, it does put a slight dent in our plans, does it not? Asked Narada. The great god Mahavishnu nodded with a small smirk. Narada, approach the sagacious couple in their dreams and inform them of the necessity of their duty. You may tell them that my birth depends on it, and also inform them of their previous merits for which I am being born. In their previous birth they performed severe penances and austerities to have me as their son, instructed the mighty Mahavishnu. Narada nodded softly and took flight in his magical swan. One night, when the couple were sleeping, he entered their dreams and informed them thus. Devaki and Vasudeva, both Devaki and Vasudeva were stunned at seeing the celestial sage in their dreams. They prostrated before him. You are troubled with the death of your children, and I can understand this. But the great eighth child born to you is none other than the great God Mahavishnu himself. He has orchestrated this to be fate. Do your duties and procreate, my children. Do not fear, for you have performed severe austerities in your previous births to obtain the Lord as your child, said the sage Narada. It hurts, O great sage, to see my children dashed against boulders. I cannot bear it, said Devaki, while Vasudeva nodded. The sage Narada sported a compassionate look and said, My child, no creature can comprehend the pain you have gone through. But verily I tell you this, the mighty Mahavishnu needs to be born to annihilate the cruel and protect the righteous. So do your duty. You have performed severe penances for this. So too have many sages and seers. For the benefit of humanity, they too have performed austerities for the birth of the Lord, commanded the sage Narada. Both Vasudeva and Devaki prostrated before him, and he disappeared, just as they woke up. So, a celestial being, that too a sage, tricked the tyrant Kamsa into killing the children of Devaki? Asked Janamejaya to his Rajaguru Vaishampayana. And the teacher nodded. Yes, my king. The vile King Kamsa needs to accumulate enough karma so that the Lord himself would slaughter him. And, as the sage Narada mentioned, the children too were cursed to be killed upon their birth, as they too were evil in nature, said the Rajaguru. But to kill an innocent baby? Asked Janamejaya suspiciously. Well, the sage Narada never instructed Kamsa to kill, now did he? All he did was ask Kamsa a question, and if Kamsa was truly brave or virtuous, he would have spared the children. But the coward took to killing babies rather than face the enemy when and if he is ready. Do you not see? Kamsa was a cruel, vile miscreant, and if it was not for Narada, then someone else would have told this to him, and he would have killed the child later on anyway, which would have caused even more misery to the parents of Devaki and Vasudeva, as they would have bonded with the child. Kamsa was indeed a vile, cruel monster, the incarnation of Kalanemi himself. All Narada did was to test the inevitable. Now listen, my student, as to how the Lord himself, the mighty God Mahavishnu, was born, said the Rajaguru Vaishampayana, and Janamejaya leaned in to listen.
I hope you liked today's episode of The House of Kuru. If you have not already, please subscribe to this channel and like this video so that you will be notified every time a new video is uploaded. Thank you.